Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And I decided to get into battle with tons of mammoths. You're not a new enemy, you know that, right? I decided to show you guys the path from the final tunnel to the Corona Tower. Since I said we'd be going to the Corona Tower, you know, let's travel in style. Ice Digger. I forgot to get rid of all these other flashes. Oh well. And so, remember, that path is that really short cave where you have, you know, just one straight walkway. It's the final of the Dazorian tunnels. And so we just head to the north here, run into some wyverns. Do I even need to open treasures anymore? How much money do I have? How much money do I need? Maybe I'll open a little bit more treasure. Do I care? No. I don't care. Okay, this guy's fine. I'm also going to start my final review of the game because I have a lot of things that I want to talk about. A lot of things I've kind of already mentioned over the past few episodes, so do be sure to go back and check that out. Oh, hey, we're at the Corona Tower. Well, so much for that. Actually, I can just ram the tower, because that's more fun. Ooh, it's red. Okay, now this place is odd. There's a couple people with messages, so we're going to check them out first. This is a 4-story or 4-floor. This is very red. I'm glad I don't have my old TV where red shows up really, really poorly, and yeah, you can't see, like, you just see like a screen of nothing but red. You wouldn't see the black lines on the bricks or anything. You guys never saw that problem because it recorded fine, but the TV itself did not display it fine. Lassic lives in the fear of the crystal possessed by the soothsayer named Daymore. There is something special about it, without a doubt. Aha! The crystal that we already have. Yeah, fine. Is, we're gonna need that against Lassic. It was the crystal, not the amber eye. Well, that's confirmed. That was a lot of damage from a skeleton. So yeah, that brings me to the first thing I want to talk about. The damage inconsistencies of this game. I mean, there was a point, I think in the last video, where Noah, the mage, with the weakest weapon in the game, did like 20 damage to a white dragon, and Alice, with the Laconian sword, supposed to be like second best weapon of the game, did 3 damage. That sort of thing should never happen. Did you intend some mischief? Yes, I always intend mischief. Gotta do something to keep everybody entertained. Well, we'll do the hokey pokey and we'll turn ourselves around. How's that for mischief? So yeah, ooh, hi there. When we started out, I got a sense of balance like the Dragon Quest games, and that sense of balance has kind of since gone away. I mean, just look at this. I have the Laconian Axe, the most powerful weapon in the game, for Odin. But I'm opting to use a laser gun instead, which does a flat 20 damage, fixed 20 damage to all enemies each round, because that weapon is more consistent and more powerful. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. More powerful than the Laconian Axe. The Laconian Axe that will randomly deal 3 and 6 damage to these red dragons. There is something horribly wrong with the balancing of that. Alice just did 1 damage again, didn't she? Noah, look at that. Noah did 20 damage with the weakest weapon in the game, because I haven't upgraded Noah's weapon at all. I guess I could do that. But why? It's hitting harder than the Laconian sword. We need to take this path. We're up to the 2nd floor. Now this floor, there's a ton of traps all over the place. So basically, don't take any other path besides the one we're going to take with the Battle Lion battalion. And see, there's moments where the Laconian sword, or may use physical attack, or Odin's physical attack with the axe, would do really good damage. Yeah, just don't take any other path. I mean, there is another path you could take to a minor treasure. The treasures around here, at this point in the game, I don't care about them. None of them are any good. I don't even really need money anymore, other than maybe to heal my people a couple times, so that's why I keep picking this stuff up, but eventually that's going to stop too. I could still use experience, don't get me wrong. We'll take experience. You guys. It's been a while since we've seen a serpent. I mean, the enemy configuration, like, we were fighting wyverns outside of here, and now we're fighting their weaker cousins, the serpents. No, we're not doing that. Now we're fighting the weaker cousins, the serpents, in here. The enemies... And I said that, I touched on this previously, but when the game is designed the way that it is, to basically give you a web of choices and there's all sorts of different paths you can take through the game, and I think that's a cool thing. I think that adds some really cool replayability factors, but it does create situations where you're like, okay, well, these enemies aren't going to be challenging because we've already fought them elsewhere, and now we've even leveled up even more since that point, and you kind of get a lot of that. It's kind of unavoidable given the nature of this game, unless you do want to make it linear, because if you have too many sharp increases of enemies in every different area, then you're going to force the player along a linear path while presenting an illusion, a false illusion, that they can go wherever they want. Alright, this floor does not have any traps on it. But it seems like there's a ton of paths. If you take any path but left here, you're just going to either run into a couple dead ends, or you're going to run into a giant loop that has a treasure in the middle. A treasure that's either empty, has the best thing is 500 Mercedes, or a flash, or nobody cares. So we're going to take a left, and this is basically just a giant row of lots of paths like this. They'll extend both ways, but there's no other path around. There might be treasure and whatnot. This is a floor that I could probably figure out myself. That was not the way I was facing before. Weird game. Of course I say that, and I forgot what side I'm on. Okay, this must be correct. We'll go down here. Oh, white. I don't mind fighting them. Not going to open their treasure, because their treasures like to be trapped more often. And we take a right. And this should take us to the staircase. Yeah, every other path there was some minor treasures, like 20 Mercedes. The one treasure somewhere has 500 Mercedes. Cola, flash, escaper, trap treasures, empty treasures. That's all you get. Now this floor, the 4th floor, it's just one straight shot. It's very winding, but there's no alternate paths or decisions or guesswork. So yeah, the balance in this game is very far off, and I don't like that about it. Maybe the future games will improve on this. I would hope so. I'd also hope, while I do like that we get to see enemies' HP and when we get into a battle with them. It really helps, especially in the early game, give you a sense of, okay, should I be battling this enemy or should I be running from them? Yeah, those guys are worth a lot of Mercedes. And so that's a really neat feature. I do like that. These 3D mazy dungeons, I appreciate the fact that a 8-bit 30-year-old game would attempt something like this. However, 3D mazes, like pure mazes like this, is not my cup of tea. If it's yours, that's fine. I respect this game did it, but I don't like this sort of thing. I don't like having to resort to maps like this. But otherwise, you know, it's not bad. Hey, Odin got a level. Awesome. So yeah, anyways, to go back to replayability I was talking about, I do get a... I mean, I'm sure I didn't take the most optimal path. I'm sure you could even do other cool things like, I don't know, try to recruit Noah before you recruit Mayu and Odin, and take paths that let you do things like that. And like I said, that adds a lot of replayability, and I do like that feature. And that's kind of what happens when you give your player a web of choices. And granted, some paths will become dead ends until you get a particular key item. But there's plenty of things that you can do before getting key items for other certain things. Like I don't think we have to recruit Mayu before Noah. We just have to get Shortcake, which costs 1,000 Mercedes. And then take that to... the Passio and then go meet the governor and get the letter, and I don't see why you can't do that. And then venture to go get... So yeah, you could even do like interesting challenge runs, like a run with only Noah and Alice, if you were into that sort of thing. Other things while we're talking about the battle system. MP. The magic spells cost too much MP, given the amount of max MP that we get. And it just, as you can see, as you've seen from these normal battles, I'm highly discouraged from using that MP, because I'm either saving it for healing outside of battle, or I'm saving it for a boss. And so it kind of devalues, you know, your options there. I knew I shouldn't have opened that. That was so bad. We'll be fine. Yeah, we're done with treasures. I should have enough money to... Oh, these guys are worth a lot. I don't even... Why does it matter that they're worth a lot? No, we're not. We're just not. Yeah, there's a door there. We're still on a straight shot. Hey, a locked door. We can deal with this. Dungeon key. Can I use the... I haven't found anything to use the miracle key on. This fire was lit during the eclipse, which occurs once every 100 years. If you give me a gem from a dragon, I'll give you some of this fire. How about it? The amber thing, that's what we got from the blue dragon, was it? Yeah, it was blue. And now we have the eclipse torch. Now we have to take that to the whatever forest to get a thing. Yes, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we'll use our flute, we'll get out of here, and I'm going to meet you... Actually, can I just do this on camera? I don't need you. Travel in style. And it actually goes a little bit faster. Depending on how long it takes me to, get to the ice digger. Yeah. No. Don't need you guys. So yeah, I don't like how we're being discouraged from using MP. Yeah, we have to actually disembark here. Okay. And we just follow. This is the straight shot path. I think this is the only one we need to take. I better check my Desorius. No, I meant to check the Desorius map, not... You can't block my retreat. I'm right next to the exit. You... Alright, kill him. Ah, yes, this is where we need to go. Well, it's one. There's 2 more stops we have to make before going to the final dungeon, final boss thingy. No, I don't care about treasure. Oh, I have to actually turn around here. We have to go to... Oh, crap, the map for this is not... Oh, there it is. It's the same map pack as the Guaron Morgue. But we are heading to the Arrow Prison. Prism Cave, not prison. This game's got me all flustered today. Okay. Next problem. You don't know which mountains you can actually do this to, because I promise you, you cannot do this to every mountain. Oh gosh, and it... And of course the destroyed mountains respawn when you go off camera. Okay. Oh hey, there's a boss here. Okay. To the left, is there any other treasure I care about? Well, there's, no, I really don't. The only other treasure is a magic hat. I don't even know what that does. I don't even care what that does. Hello. We'll fight you. We'll probably use some magic on the boss just to vary things up and make it go quicker. Yeah, we need to heal up Mayu. I'll use Odin's magic for that. So inconsistent on the damage. Yeah, and it's pretty sad that Odin is opting for the fixed 20 damage over his ultimate weapon. Or I should say what's supposed to be his ultimate weapon. I was supposed to stop opening treasures, too. But yeah, 6 MP to cure 80 when we only have, 50 to 70 MP is not all that appealing. Stalkers. I like stalkers. Well, I like the experience they get. Well, let's just fight them. Other things about this game. Let's see, I've covered the mazy dungeons. Oh, I like that it did do things like these mazy dungeons and displaying HP in that. I like that it did that to set itself apart from what other RPGs at the time were doing, specifically Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. Okay, at the next path, we're going to take a right. We're actually going to take both paths, because the path to the right is going to take us to... This path is going to take us to a person. And then the other path is going to take us to the boss. Raise the arrow prism towards the heavens. You should then be able to see the dark castle. Oh, that must be that floating air fortress castle that I saw the map for. Okay, yeah, I know what we're doing now. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna fight some stalkers. And one more round, they'll be dead. Yeah, Noah. No. I pressed the B button. I guess I have to actually go down and select no. I hope in the next game we get the ability to actually choose our targets for our attacks. Because I think it's pretty bad that we don't. I mean, I'm going to chalk that up to primitive RPG, and hopefully it's not something that's going to continue in the next game, which would be Phantasy Star 2. Well, of course, it could be Phantasy Star. This is Phantasy Star 1, of course. The next one is 2. But it's going to be on the Sega Genesis, not the Sega Master System. Of course, I'm still going to be playing it on this particular collection. White Dragon, we do not need you. Fine. You can die. Okay, we're going to do that. I'm going to pull up the map again because I'm going to be cutting right after the boss fight. Basically, I'm going to take the Desorius Tunnel 3. I'm going to take that back. Basically, we're going to go backtrack a little bit from once I warp out of this dungeon. And then we're going to... Well, I'll meet you on that side. Now again, I did not need to do that. Okay, so let's fight. This is our boss. Okay, this is our boss. Noah, I'm angry at our boss. Yeah. Now let's just do it again. I'm gonna fill up before I go off to fight what's his face, Lassic. No, we're just gonna put you on fire duty. Because I'm not going to heal up before the next pit stop, though. And there we go. 2 Titans down, and we get the Prism. This counts as boss battle round 2. Yeah, that's how I'm counting it. Okay, so I will meet you. I'm going to warp out of here. I'm going to take one cave, well, I'm going to head back to the east, because we have to travel to the east. And then I'm going to take the southern cave, which is Desorius Tunnel 3 on my maps. And I will meet you at the exit of that. Flute, take us away. Yay! The Executor again. We're back, by the way. I was about to get into my vehicle. I was expecting more alien creatures like that. Those guys were cool. Why didn't we see more of them? Or more of that style of enemies. Alright, Ice Digger. There was someone that gave us a hint to this earlier, but this is the only path you can do that to. Yeah, that tree's not suspicious at all. Better get out of here. Okay, Frostman is the boss of this area. Even though he's really just a normal enemy and I just kind of ran into him, but I need some suspense to hype up this, we need a guardian of this tree. And he looks like a tree guardian. I shouldn't have opened that. Oh, hey. I just went into a scene. Aha, I told you this was a thing. So we have to torch the tree. Oh, and it defrosts the tree. Okay, that's cool. I was wondering how this was going to work. Takes the nut of Lirma and puts it in the Laconian pot. So that is why we needed the pot again. So I have nuts and I have pot. That also came out wrong. Okay, so next I am going to... I don't have anything else to do. Why do we even need that? I know what... We give it to Mayu. And Mayu does something with it. But when would I even... Why am I here? I guess walking into that church counts as... Oh, nuts. Okay, well, I'm going to meet you guys back at, check the video a few times ago when we spent the whole time going through the Bayamali Tower. I'm going to meet you at the top of that tower, now that I know how to disarm that one trap, and I'm going to take that path all the way back there, and, yeah, next part will probably be the final part. Or second to final part, I don't know. We'll see how long it goes.